It's really important when adults that work with kids and interact with families and try to provide services think about the work that they're doing and how it impacts them. So we often talk about self-care, but we also talk about collective care. And self-care is really being aware of how your stress manifests itself and maybe having a few warning symbols, some warning signs of when you know that you're maybe crossing the line and getting over invested or over just exhausted by the work. So we actually ask people to think about being aware of physical signs. Do they have physical complaints? Do they start to see changes in their social functioning, where maybe they're really an outgoing person and they don't want to do that anymore? Or maybe they're finding that they can't stop thinking about work, or they're finding that they're maybe agitated and not as friendly with their own families because they're carrying so much work from home. So what we really recommend doing is creating opportunities for self-reflection, where you pay attention to the strategies you pay attention to the signs that you're stressed, and then you develop strategies that really are aligned with that. So if you're someone who, when you're stressed, you manifest that by having challenges physically, then you want to make sure you have a self-care strategy that addresses it that way. So if you're someone who manages it by needing some time by yourself, you recognize that you're starting to feel stressed, and then you prioritize having time to do those things. I also think it's important, though, to remember that a lot of educators and mental health clinicians will say to us that self-care often feels like it's not adequate. That if I'm working in a system where I'm really doing this difficult work, I understand that I need to commit to taking care of myself, but I also believe that it's really critical that the organizations themselves are building in collective care. So opportunities not just to tell the employees that they need to take care of themselves, but also that we would take care of you. So creating things like supervision, having opportunities for people to debrief when they're stressed, giving people time off without question if they need it. So we really started to shift from self-care to this notion of collective care as a really important part of taking care of frontline providers.